So, what's up, what's up, what's up, party people? Hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome to today's live stream. Welcome to today's live stream. Let me actually see one thing. We're gonna start right away. We're gonna start right away. Give me 1 second, guys. How are you guys doing today? Everything good? Everything good? So let's just do the settings here and then it goes. All right, all right, all right, all right. Legend is live. What's up, Tobias? The other legend is here as well. Crazy. Oh my God. I had already 2 workouts in today. It's insane. I'm completely, like, my body is completely dead. Update the thumbnails to be cool for the stream. Funny that you say that. I'm actually having one in Canva right now, so I'm gonna update that for sure. Let's make some money. I'm hungry. Nice. Let's do that. So let's see. We actually have unemployment rates came in. Let's actually check Forex Factory for the beginning of the stream. What came in today? Some heavy news before our session, and also some will actually come at 3:45, so 50 minutes after the New York opening. Let's actually see something. There we go. So we have non-farm employment change, which is 64K. So we have an increase. Previously it was 105K, so it's over expectation. What else do we have? The unemployment rate actually was risen up. Previous one was 4.4%. It was like the forecast was expecting a 0.1% increase. We actually got a 0.2% increase, which indicates that the labor market is still not strong. It's still weak. Why is that really important for crypto? Obviously, when we see labor market not being strong, that usually means that the Fed is more open to cut rates, because that is one instrument that they can use to obviously help with these numbers here. And the main subject, the main focus for the Federal Reserve obviously is 2 things. Number 1, the inflation rate, and number 2, the labor market. And the labor market shows it's still weak. So let's actually take a look on the chart. The chart is reacting negatively after we obviously jumped in trades in this area here. We got sold off quite aggressively in Bitcoin, and currently we kind of have like a structural change on the lower time frame. Obviously here we went a little bit like sideways, but right now I personally think we could see a positive New York opening today. Why? Pretty much clear. Why? Wait, actually, let me put the chat up here. Oh, this was the wrong one. So, hi everyone. I just had a 300 pip trade on gold. Nice one. Double workout. Yeah, so I was in the gym, and I also made like a 5K run. So I was running today too. I had so much energy. I felt like I needed to put that out. So yeah. Yeah, but what I wanted to say is basically what we can see now. We see a little bit of structural change. We also had some liquidation levels down here. Overall, we are in a trend reversal zone where we definitely need to see some sort of reaction. You guys can see here, we had this, flash sale here. Then we kind of got rejected at the old high. got retraced and then created a new high. So basically the low that needs to hold for now is definitely this 83,780 level. And here we have basically filled liquidity. Like we had here still a little bit of imbalance on the 4-hour. We tapped into it, filled that completely, and we are in a trend reversal zone on the 4-hour. So it would make sense if we see a retracement here, if we want to continue this trend, or we just see a bounce back and then create lower lows. But what I do see right now is that we created a double bottom scenario here. We created a double bottom scenario here on BTC, which you can obviously see here. We have this low, here we created a high, and here we created kind of a double bottom scenario, which usually is a very bullish one. What I do want to see now is we can take the trend-based Fibonacci extension and kind of see, okay, where could that market actually go? And what I see right now is that we actually went into short-term profit scenarios, like very short-term. You guys can see here, we kind of wicked here in, but we still have these extension over us. We also have imbalances over us, as we spoke yesterday. Obviously, if the market is flushing down like this, we create fair value gaps, like, by the way, if you're not that good in like seeing fair value gaps, even though it's really easy, like you can see, for example, here we see like a big flash candle, and then we just see, okay, the gap that it's creating without having a wick, and here also without having a wick. That space between the wick of the previous candle and the wick of the following candle here is a fair value gap, or also called an imbalance, right? So these areas here, basically number one here and number two, which we have filled almost now completely, is here. These levels are very interesting. If you're not that good in seeing that, or you need some help, just use like an indicator. Like here, for example, fair value gap of nephew Sam. So here you can see like we have these two fair value gaps that are just marked out. So liquidity would be here. Like it would be very interesting for Bitcoin to go there. We still have 20 minutes. So I would say, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to mark out the liquidation levels. So let's actually take a look here. Let's actually take a look here. Okay. Let's actually take a look on the Bitcoin liquidation levels on BingX. By the way, if you don't have any exchange or broker that you're trading crypto with, just check out the video bio. There is my personal corporation in the exchange space that I personally use. So what do we see here? Let's actually put the threshold a little bit lower so we can see. All right, so we do it the same way like yesterday. So obviously we have still some liquidation cluster under us in the last 24 hours. We can see here 85,178 is a big one. So we're going to mark that out for potential sells. Let's actually put that out here. All right. It's going to be an interesting New York opening for sure. That was, let's see it again, 85,178. Okay. So here we have the first. Directly at the lows could be also an interesting one. Then we have one right down below 85,101. Who had, do you guys already had your workout in? Who is working out regularly here? Let me know. So what else do we have here? Let's actually zoom in a little bit. 84,947. Oh, that was good. What else do we have for long liquidations here? 84,637. That's for long liquidations, of course. And we have one in between, actually. 84,792. So these ones are the liquidation levels for long. So if we are breaking structure here, you can also already take a look before we start. Well, I mean, right now, this one here is pretty interesting. I'm just going to mark it out for now. We're going to see then. For now, that was just a recent dip. And then, of course, we have the structural change here. Okay, what do we have over us? That is actually more in my interest, to be honest. First one would be 87,500. 87,000. No, wait. 87,574. 74, right? Okay, that one we already got, no? Or am I mistaken here? Oh, we have a new one. We have a new one that came in. Interesting. So this one came in completely new. Then we have still 87,806. 806. Especially here, very big, 88,038. All right. What else do we have here? 88,115. How are you guys doing? I hope that's fine now. If I like, you can still enjoy it. Yes, just got home from the gym. There's very nice. Moritz, my friend, good to see you. Long time no see. Your name I haven't seen for a long time. Hope everything is amazing with you. Are you still living in? Are you still living? I don't even know if I can say that, but close to Leipzig. We just say it like this, close to Leipzig. I'm not exposing your home. So let's see, what else do we got? This we have. Let's see who has the bigger balls today, huh? 88,139. 88,139. 88,139. And then we have potentially one bigger one that I saw already. 88,115. Did we already have this? Yeah. 88,139. Okay, that's right over it. That's fine. So do we have any bigger one here? Yes, 88,502. 88,502. Oh, all right. That's a little bit bigger here. And then we got one in between, I guess, yeah? 88,579. Now there's a lot of liquidity. There is a lot of liquidity to grab. I'm really excited for this today. Let's see. Do we have something in between here? 88,139. So we still have around 13 minutes. Yeah, actually, there's nothing in between here. All right. These ones should be the important ones for now. Of course, we have some still over us. Let's actually also take a look on them. 88,579. And then, oh yeah, that's a big one. 88,656. That is a really big one. Over 100 million. 88,1. Which one was it again? That was a big one here. Yeah, all there. Like there's a lot of liquidity. 656. Okay. 656. All right. That's gonna be very, very interesting, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like this in general here, this zone is really, really interesting. In general here, in this area, very interesting. Gonna mark that out in red. Leak the address. Yeah, that's good how you do it. Yeah, some entertainment, right? We need to understand it. Okay, what do we see here? Structure is nice. Structure is nice. On the 5 minute, it's ranging now a little bit. Like it definitely is slower. How does Ethereum looks? Well, Ethereum, same thing, huh? Ethereum, same thing. We can break this high here. It will be interesting for buys. If we can break this high here, it will be interesting for buys. On the other side, if we're breaking this low here, it will be interesting for sells. This is kind of the trading range that we got here. We can also take a look on Ethereum on the liquidation cluster that we have here. Let's actually take a look. Threshold on 45. Yeah, to be honest, there's not much anymore that is under us. We got everything almost filled. We have some at 2,877. 2,877. Which is, yeah, basically right under the low. Haha, slightly moved still in Saxon. Love the trading stuff. I started again with commitment since about 40 days. Nice. I'm gonna do like this free community. So if you're like interested in like trading crypto, we basically work with an exchange, which is BingX, one of the biggest growing channels. So if you need a good exchange for crypto, that's definitely the way to go. And everything that I share here in this community that we want to build here on YouTube and on Telegram, by the way, if anybody is not in the Telegram that is on the live, just click the link in the bio. It's basically this one here. Um, yeah, right. Live trading room. You can just go in here. I'm going to fill that with like market breakdowns, everything. Here you can just click on the exchange, and then you simply get a bonus also when you start. And also, of course, follow me here on YouTube for long form content. All right, let's go back to Ethereum. What do we have? I mean, we still have something, but to be honest, not really interesting for me. More interesting is now the high leveraged short positions here, starting from 2,989, 2,898. Was it this? Oh no, yes, this was wrong. 2,989. Okay, sorry. 2,989. Nice. Here we have the first opening in 7 minutes, so we have to be a little bit more quicker, but I mean, you guys can mark it up yourself too. That's kind of the same here. Then 3,007. 3,007. 3,019. 3,038, also big one. In Ethereum here. Do we have any bigger ones here? Yes, for sure. 3,050. Yeah, Ethereum definitely also has some bigger ones over us. We also have this big imbalance. I'm pretty sure we also have some orders there. 3,069. Yeah, 3,069. We definitely have some nice ones over us for sure. So do we get the bears liquidated today? 3,084. Another one. So I think that's it for now. Very interesting levels. So if we're breaking through this high, very, very interesting for bias in Ethereum. I'm actually going to prepare already my my positions. Obviously, trade based on your own risk management, guys. Super, super important. If you don't know how to trade crypto in general, let me know here. We can always go over it. I will also upload very soon, within this week, tomorrow or the day after. I hope I will upload basically like a guide how to trade futures. Everything here is no financial advice, guys. As always, it's just purely what I am doing, sharing my personal opinion, and you of course need to take your decisions and you need to manage your trades yourself, right? I cannot manage your trades, unfortunately, or fortunately also. Let's see. Where are the levels? The levels are gone. Oh yeah, there. We also have a lot of, just by the way, like in Bitcoin and everything, we still have like big liquidation cluster from last time, right? Which we have here in yellow. And still kind of the way to go. We have this big fair value gap here. I'm not saying we need to scalp until there, obviously, but these levels are still very much of interest for me. Very much of interest. All right, I'm prepared here with my phone. Then it's a little bit easier for me to go into the positions. We have 3 minutes for market opening. Do you guys have any questions to the markups, guys? Do you guys have any questions? And just for you to know, we have news. We have news at 45. We have news at 45. We have flash service PMI, and we also have the flash manufacturing PMI. So these news coming in as well. Might be some more volatility. Just for you guys to be aware of that. 3:45 is news, and we have New York opening in about 2.5 minutes. Two and a half minutes to go. We have analyzed now, or we have in mind Ethereum and Bitcoin. Both are for me very interesting. Especially, I have to say, for buys. Like I would love to have buys, especially in Ethereum. We have already liquidated kind of a lot. I would open 2 positions at the same time. I would open up 2 positions. Really depends also on your risk management, right? But if you ask me like this, 2 positions, like let's say, for example, we focus today on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm gonna put. I actually have to adjust my frame here. So for now, I'm gonna put that away. I'm on the 5-minute time frame because we are scalping. We're scalping here. Now you should see better. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute to go. 40 seconds actually, and we have New York opening. Let's actually take a look here on the 1 minute actually. Ooh, 5 seconds to go. Let's see what we can get. I would potentially already go into the market structure shift when we break through this area here. I would already try a position in Bitcoin. All right. We open up bullish. I'm not in yet personally, but when we break now the same high, I'm going in. I'm going to try that. Retracing for now. Retracing for now in BTC. What is Ethereum doing? Okay, nothing so far. Nothing so far. get rejected here for now. Here I would actually take the trade if we go over the wick. Personally. If we move over the wick again. No, I'm not in yet. I'm not in yet. I personally am not in yet. If you guys want to be safe, then wait for this wick to break. But I personally would love to go for wick fill already a little bit earlier. But right now I'm not in, no. First target would be here, this liquidation cluster at 87,574. For now, not in yet. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get. Gonna mark that out here. All right, nothing so far. Nothing so far. So what we can do here, big rejection for now at this level. But as we see, a lot of like long liquidation levels are over us. That's why I think personally it's definitely interesting if we go over here. If not, of course we can also take sells, but for now on both, let's see if we can get something. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Ah, very low volume. We have also news in 10 minutes, guys. Be aware of that. Just want to mention it one more time. Just want to mention it one more time. Boris, did you jump in the trade or because you asked? I think you're the first time here as well. Just let me know. So if we are breaking through this area, will be interesting how we react here, but currently making myself ready to potentially get into this position. Now, does he want to or not? Does he want to or not? Nope, right now he doesn't. What is Ethereum doing? All right. Nothing so far. It's a very boring start so far. Come on. Come on. Making myself ready to jump into this position. breaking the high. If we're breaking the high, it will be interesting. Let's see. Good 1 minute push. Approaching the high. Yeah, still getting rejected for now. Interesting price action for sure. Still getting rejected. On my trading view, it didn't broke for sure. Like far away from broke. Crazy. Are you on BingX on the chart? I mean, let's see. Maybe you still got a good entry, but definitely haven't broken for me. Have not broken for me so far. Still get rejected for now. Probably Ethereum doing the same. Actually, we need some music or something that is not copyrighted here, so I can vibe here. Let's see. Volume is so far very low, like not really high volume so far. Let's see if we can get this in the next minutes, guys. Let's see. Green line we break through would be interesting to go in. Not wanting to break, huh? Yeah. Seems like it. Seems like it doesn't want to, yeah. Seems like it doesn't want to. All right, we get reject to the downside. Potential sell incoming too. So far, no trade. So far, no trade. So, who has more balls today, guys? Who has bigger balls, the Bears or the Bulls? That's going to be the interesting question of the day. Who has more balls? Who has bigger balls? Better say. What do you think, guys? Put in the chat. Who has more balls, the Bulls or the Bears, or bigger balls? Ah. All right. What we can see. Expect some volatility for sure. So make your risk management according to that, because we have news coming in. Not like, I mean, PMI is not the number one news, let's say it like this, but it's still a red folder. The bulls have bigger balls, Flo says. Nice. What is the rest saying? What is the rest saying? Always the bulls. Oh well, in the last in the last day, yeah, maybe bigger balls because they're willing to hold, yeah. Stefan says bulls, bulls to the moon. Bulls is on it. Bulls is on its name, yeah. So for now, nothing really. Let's see. 5 more minutes also to PMI news. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. Let's see if we have some 5-minute structure. We really don't. We don't really have any 5-minute structure. Let's see here. If we are breaking, okay, let's see. If we are breaking through this area, I'm personally selling the market, but let's see. maybe we get finally the move for our long trade. For now, nothing so far. We need to be patient. Nothing so far. We need to be patient. But also not really a big rejection for now. For the Germans here, wenn wir durch die grüne Zone brechen, gehe ich in Buys. Wenn wir durch die rote Zone brechen, gehe ich in Sells. I just said it on German because some people here I know personally, they're not that good in English, or they're not, you know, not feeling that comfortable. So I'm also sometimes just saying some stuff in German too. So once again in German, if we break through the, wenn wir durch die rote Linie durchbrechen, gehe ich in Sells, und wenn wir durch die grüne Linie durchbrechen, gehen wir in Buys. No problem. Everybody is like, let's get ready. Let's get ready for takeoff. Let's get ready for takeoff. What does the market wants to do? 1.5 minutes left for some volume getting injected. The question is, do we get bullish volume or do we get bearish volume? Be careful when you're a beginner. Manage your risk according to your risk management plan. Everything what I do, no financial advice. I'm just going to share what I'm doing. So yeah, but everybody has their own risk management, so it's important that you guys follow it. Maximum loss, where you take profits, everything like that. One minute left, and we have 45. So far, nothing really. Pretty boring opening so far. Yesterday was a crazy opening. Today, we don't really have the crazy opening that we had yesterday, where we very quickly jumped into a buy, in a sell. And today, there's not really much going on so far. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left, and it's 45. Expect some volatility. In about 20 seconds, I guess there comes something. Secure profits. Don't forget it. So, okay, news are most likely in. So let's see what kind of volume we get. First 1 minute candle doesn't really do much. I'm not going to go from the chart right now to check it. Well, actually, I'm going to do that on the right side of my screen, so you guys don't see it. But let's see what kind of volume we are getting here. Flash manufacturing PMI was lower than expected. Flash service PMI lower than expected. So again, lower numbers as expected for labor market. Let's see what we got here. So far, so good. Nothing really. Nothing really. Okay, we are approaching sell zone. For breaking through here, I personally would consider taking a sell. So far, also here we get rejected, so we're basically in this range. Oh my goodness, that's really a weird market movement here. But so far so good. We don't care what direction. We just want to execute. Just want to execute. I would still really like to have buys, to be honest. I would still like to have buys. That would be my better case scenario, to be honest. I'm not saying that I'm going to be emotional about the sell. If we get a sell, I'm taking a sell. But currently, right now, I would rather really like to trade buys, to be really honest with you, right? So let's see. We're getting ready for buys now. We're pushing through there. At least some volume comes into the market. Let's see if we can break these levels now finally, or we're still ranging. normally we definitely get some volume on New York opening, but currently really not that good. But let's see. Sometimes it comes a little bit later, especially at 4 p.m. Often there's some peak time for volatility. So let's see. Now we get some good push to the upside. I make myself ready for buys. But still get rejected. We still get rejected. Florian be like already in the Florian is already in the in the buy. He's like, oh my goodness, what is that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Patient pays usually. Patience often pays. Right? Patience often pays. Not doing anything. Not doing anything that doesn't make sense. So we want to see a clear push. What is Ethereum doing? Nothing. Same. Ethereum, same thing. If we break this high, would be interesting for buys. Yes, my nerves are going already. Yeah. Well, I mean, we also are interested in jumping in the buy with you, so hopefully that's gonna happen. But as you say, patience is key, so just waiting. That's it, yeah. That's it. But really weird that you already got a break of the high here, because for me it was definitely very clearly it was over 10 pips, like over $10, 350 here, 330. So it's like definitely $20 difference here. 20 points, 20 pips, whatever. Not really much volume, guys. What should we do? We don't just jump in a trade when there's no volume. I mean, that I definitely cannot. I'm not a market maker, so unfortunately I cannot just push the market right now. But let's see. Let's see. We're patiently waiting, making us ready for a potential buy here. Ready for a potential buy area here. And we are in a buy. Finally. First target is this one here, this yellow line. So we just grabbed some liquidity. Let's see how we react from here. Again, do your risk management. This is the first liquid level here. Let's switch on the 5 minute. Switch on the 5 minutes. Finally, some movement. First target hit. Congratulations. First target hit. First target hit. 87,574. First cluster hit. Second cluster is 87,806, guys. You should all be in profits. Do your own risk management. We are all in profits. Patiently waiting. Do your risk management. Take your profits. Secure your entries. If that is based on your risk management. Everybody has a different risk management, so Let's see what we get. Of course, this last high now is important, potentially get some rejection. First liquid cluster is definitely out, so that is good. Now important to potentially for longs even push higher. We get rejected for now at the high. Feel free to secure your entry. As I said, based on your own risk management, very, very important what you are doing. Let's see what we see here. Obviously now when we break this structure here, it would be interesting also for sales. First, take profit. Target is hit. Congratulations, guys, if you manage to take some profits here. Still possible, of course, to push up. Now we got rejected for now. I would say a reaction to the downside now is so bad. Usually it gets filled, right? We also have an imbalance here. As you guys can see here, like this small imbalance potentially gets filled. Break and retest kind of. Let's see what we see here. Definitely grabbed some liquidity here. So potentially you got outbreak even now. But depending on your risk management, if you have a fixed stop loss here, you took already some partials, that's good. That was the first one, 87,574. Around 200 pips. Let's see if we can get anything else. Very important, guys, to take profits in scalping quite quickly. Let's see. We, in general, like from the entry, 350, we got almost 400 pips reaction. We almost got a 400 pips reaction here. So that's good for now. We move to the downside. So as I said, risk management, guys, very important. Currently, we are definitely in a bullish 1 minute structure. So I personally took some partials, but I'm still in the trade based on my risk management. That's possible. If we are breaking this low here, I would watch out, like the structure low here. I would switch to sells. But for now, let's see how we react here. Of course, grab definitely some good liquidity here up the high. So it made sense to take some profits. But let's see. For now, I'm super relaxed. Let's see what we can see here. Still in this bullish kind of upside movement. We also had here like a double bottom scenario, kind of. So boom, boom, boom. So these were also targets actually, as you see, almost hit here too. 87,741 up to 87,970. These ones are like the first targets when you take a look on this double bottom scenario based on the Fibonacci extension levels. If you guys have any questions or you have problems, of course, to take these trades, let me know. Very important. If you are not 100% safe yet, don't, of course, use that much margin and get into the trades to learn. I'm personally not a big fan of a demo just because it's not real life market, to be honest. Like if it's not my money, it's different. It's just a different mindset, right? Doesn't matter if it's like $50, $100 or $10,000, for me, it's always like if it's my own money, it's different, you know? If it's my own money, it's just different. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get much bigger reaction for now, at least. Not like yesterday. So yeah, for now, kind of ranging here. Let's see what kind of reaction we get here. I personally, I'm still in. Now, of course, in drawdown with the rest of the position. But I personally still hold, just for you guys, for transparency. Dun, dun, dun. Not so nice reaction in general. I would love this high to get taken out. I would love for this high to be taken out. But yeah, very important that you also join always, guys, at 15 o'clock already or 9 a.m. Eastern, because we are marking out these levels. We're discussing before what do we want to see, what kind of breaks we want to see, what kind of levels we want to potentially take partials. Of course, everybody decides for himself, right? For herself, himself. How much profit, how much partials do I take at what level, right? So far so good. Like nothing really happened. Also, we got some rejection to the downside. Movement to the downside is always normal. Obviously, if we are breaking structure to the downside, then I would rather like to switch to sells. That is possible with standard futures. So if you're trading on BingX, you can use standard futures and you can open up multiple positions, both on buys. So let's say, for example, you want to take two separate buy position in BTC. You can do that over standard futures. If you do perpetual futures, that would just merge the position. I also got, I think, yesterday the question, like, what's the difference between standard futures and perpetuals? And that is the answer, right? That is the answer. Standard futures only have a maker fee. Perpetual futures have maker and taker fee. And standard futures, you can open up multiple positions from the same pair, even in two separate directions. So, for example, if you want to hedge, right? Let's say, for example, you're in a long position in Bitcoin on like a swing position, that you have a very good entry, but then you come on the higher time frame, you come into a very important sell area, or let's say a resistance area, and you just want to hedge against your long position, then you can do that over the standard futures. Why does it make sense? Well, um, I mean, if you have like an open position, then you're giving out kind of unrealized profits, but you can with a hedge position, you can also benefit from that. So you can hedge against the unrealized profits that you have from your long position that you're not taking out yet, and then also benefit from the move to the downside on the short term, right? With obviously also taking profits then at important levels. Here on this session, we're always scalping, right? We're always scalping the New York opening. Usually, we also have a little bit of better volume, to be honest. Today, volume is not that great, but let's see what we can get. We still have some liquidation cluster over us in Bitcoin. The liquidation cluster, what does it mean if you don't know? Well, it's basically levels where high leveraged positions get liquidated, right? So here over us, we have a lot of sell liquidation levels that get liquidated. Here we have, for example, 87,806. That would be like some next target. Then we also have a lot between 88,000 up to 88,193. So that is still in interest. So that's why I'm also still in the trade, because because we see some short-term drawdown. I wouldn't just go out of this kind of position. I took profits, yes. Right now, for example, we are kind of close to break even, and we are pushing over break even right now. So if you're still in the trade, that's good. sometimes patient pays. I don't really like always these kind of positions where I have to, hold it for too long, to be honest. I would rather like to have positions where the movement is pretty quick. But yeah, we cannot choose the market over always, right? So as I said, like just for transparency reasons, like I'm still in a trade. Um, I'm still in trade waiting. I took some partials at this level here, 87,573. Just for you also to have some tips, maybe how I take partials. You can always go on your position. Let's say you're on the phone and you can just click on close, and then you can have partially close. And then you can, for example, do 25%, 50%, 75%, whatever you want to do, you can do. You just click on OK and then it closes, right? Very easy. Still see the bulls taking over. Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. 5 minutes is definitely some pressure from up there, which is, yeah, not the best, but let's see. Let's see. Definitely get rejected here for now. If you're completely new in crypto trading, very important that you come here and learn. Ask your questions always. Very, very important. All right, but if we are breaking down, I would take another position for a sell down there. For now, indecision zone, kind of nothing really. We can get a rejection. We get, for example, rejection here, retracement to the upside. So everything's still possible in this range. Unfortunately, didn't get a very clear movement to the upside so far. But yeah, personally, then I'm switching to sells when we come down here. Taking a small loss. Because of course the losses are here, like if we're actually breaking down, the losses would be a little bit higher than my partials. And then going for shorts possibly. But for now, still in the trade, waiting for some clear movement and then taking a decision here. Currently in some drawdown. But let's see what we got. 16 o'clock usually, like now, 4 p.m. CET, volume comes in. So let's see what kind of volume we get. We use, of course, both ways. Green line was the entry. Green line was the entry, currently in drawdown. Took some partials at this level. And now we wait. I actually hate these kind of trades. We have to wait a little bit longer. Du, du, du. Oh my goodness. What is Ethereum doing, by the way? Okay. All right. Ethereum for longs would be the high of this candle, 2,959. If we break through that, would be nice. I would personally then already take some profits here and see how if we get a reaction, or like retracement, sorry. But then of course we have our levels above, and you can see how many liquidation levels we have here. I'm very confident actually in a long for Ethereum, but for now nothing really clear. So that could be another potential trade here. So far, still in the trade, small drawdown. Also here, waiting for something. But this is kind of ranging. So this is exactly what we don't want to see. Like that the market is just ranging. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe we still get something. Patient pace, as we said before. Still in the trade. We're approaching break even now. Let's go. Let's go. Do we get some nice volume here now? So now we are around break even again. Currently at break even. Currently, depending on your entry, of course, this candle was a little bit big, so probably maybe here your entry. A little bit higher than 350, maybe 400, depending on how quick you clicked. But now around break even for sure. So we're breaking up, very nice. Come on, let's push us through. Let's push through. I'm also making myself ready for Ethereum here. Ethereum longs. Get rejected for now in BTC. Oh my god, guys. What kind of movement is this? It's some sort of December movement. We really have to see if we can do the live sessions also in December, because Christmas is coming, volume is going lower, so potentially actually deciding also to take a break if I see, like this week, for example, not really giving too crazy volume. But I will definitely update you, because it just doesn't make sense, right? If we don't have the volume, then our trading strategy doesn't really make any sense. But let's see. Let's see. Making myself ready for Ethereum trades. Get rejected here in Bitcoin. Actually, we need like a song or music, whatever. Let's go pump it up. Pump it up. Shitty ass movement here. Shitty ass movement. The bulls don't have big balls, Flo. The balls doesn't have the balls. The bulls doesn't have big balls. What kind of movement is this here? That's very unfortunate. Why is there like no movement? Crazy. Do we see? What's coming back to you? Because you entered early, or? Oh my goodness. Sideway movement, guys. What I don't like. Sideway movement we don't like. Oh, this is boring. This is super boring. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Now that you say the bulls are not here. Yeah, I mean, you said that the bulls have big balls, right? So that's definitely not right now, at least. But maybe they're just loading up, right? Patient pace, guys. Have like a fixed risk management. You know, sometimes trades are boring. You know, trades are not always or always exciting right away. But having a fixed plan, you know, having losses, like I would cut losses personally without giving you clear parameters, like where you have to close and stuff, because you know that best, you know, maybe you're working with a liquidation price, for example, and that is down here. If you're having like you rather have like a tight stop loss, that might be the structural low here that you want to cover. So it really depends, right? I personally am still in longs. Just talked with them and they told me the bulls are coming. Let's see. Let's see if it's true. Let's see if it's true. That's like not volume that I really love, to be honest. What is Ethereum doing? Also sideways movement. Crazy. I mean, seriously, like that's just crazy. I mean, look what we had yesterday, right? Look what we had yesterday. Like Friday, for example, this was here the New York opening. Crazy. First 50-minute candle, boom. Day before, what did we have here? That was what we traded yesterday. New York opening, boom. Very nice shorts. For now, basically nothing. Basically nothing. But sometimes, as I said, patient pace, you know, patient pace. It's not the nicest trades, of course, where we have to wait for long. But ranging is equal gaming, open up a minesweeper. Yeah. For me, like these ranging markets are kind of like, we need power for the next move, right? We need power for the next move. Here as well, we kind of ranged upwards. But yeah, not every day can be perfect. It's still ranging in this area, so I still think we can definitely have a breakout to one side for sure. Let's see. Let's see. We are long in this opening already, and it's very boring. But what can I say? I'm trying to repeat myself. Let's go pump it up. Let's go pump it up. Do, 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 do. Let's go pump it up. Let's go pump it up. Gonna stay here for a little while. I have the feeling we see definitely some movement soon. Ranging and getting power for the next move. Power in the bulls. Power in the bulls. Yeah, I mean, guys, as you can see, you know, that is definitely not something that I would love to have for us for New York opening. Like, we are on the 1 minute chart, right? It's not even like the 5 minute or something. We're on the 1 minute chart where we just freaking range. So sorry for that, or sorry for the market, but this is not in my power. What is gold doing? Coming back to, okay, nice. I took profits here already, or I'm actually fully out of there. All right. All right. Well, let's see what we have on the higher time frame here. Doesn't look too good for the buys. Very bad price action today. Very, very bad price action today. Usually it's more fun. Usually it's more fun. Looks like a banking holiday, kind of. Really a low volume here. But sometimes then volume gets injected and then we see the good candles. What do we see on Twitter? Let's actually take a look if we see anything important here happening. Yeah, I don't understand why we don't see any reaction, because like negative labor market doesn't like actually means that we potentially need to need to need to cut rates, you know? So it's like usually it's a good sign for the markets and crypto, for risk on assets. If of course we see another rate cut potentially in January. Right now the odds are not that high because there were some members saying we don't want to cut rates. So I think like 65-70%, I'm not really sure. We can actually double check it together, just see what the market is doing at the same time. So if we are going to take a look on the economic calendar right now, okay, that's not perfect. Let's actually go on Polymarket. Fed decision in January. So right now we have like 75% no change, 23% still 25 basis points. So currently the market is not pricing in another rate cut in January. I think 10th of January. Still in this trade, we haven't broken the structural low here. Maybe we see some movement now finally. Yeah, very boring market so far, unfortunately, but maybe we can make this a good winner still. And you guys got rewarded for your patience. If you are still in, I'm not sure, right? Everybody has different risk management here. I'm willing to take a small loss here. Took some partials, so not still like in a small drawdown. But let's see. We don't want to say we are losing this trade, not yet. But yeah, volume could be definitely better, guys, today. Not taking that as an excuse, but could be definitely better. I think we all agree. But yeah, guys, what is like your plan for this week? What are your guys' focus? Like, what are you working on right now? Who's going daily in the gym? Like what I can tell you, I know it's not related to trading. Kind of it is, because mindset and stuff is very, very important in my opinion. Getting your mindset straight for trading. You know, being, for example, now emotional stable, because even though our trade is in drawdown, like, and have a fixed loss, you know, fixed risk management. If that happens, it's okay, because that was part of my plan. But what's really important is actually creating routines. Creating routines, you know, especially with a new year. I mean, for many people, that is some sort of motivation. I personally don't really believe in like New Year's solutions. Like, you know, now it's the time, 2026. Now it's 1st of January. I'm going to do it. Like, do it now, you know, Do it now. Don't wait for 1st of January. Go in a gym. Go read a book. Go start to learn a skill set. Work on yourself. You don't need to wait for 1st of January. But I think I'm going to close BE if we make a small push. Okay, that's part of your risk management. I'm going to see. I'm going to see. I'm going to see. Whatever happens, I'm deciding what I'm doing. Currently slightly trading under the break-even price. Currently, most of the time is in front of the chart until end of the year, because then time is less. Then there is less time for the charts. Okay, yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to stay as long as I can to kind of update this, but this is definitely not a nice movement here, unfortunately. Sorry for the people that are still in and have to wait patiently. Usually I like quick moves, quick entries, quick moves, quick profits. That's usually my style, but it is what it is. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's a little bit painful. But yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe we get rewarded. I don't, maybe we get rewarded. Maybe we get a small loss. That's also fine, as long as the wins are more than the losses, right? No trader is not like there's no trader that is not losing every now and then. But let's see. I'm still positive. Let's see what we can see here. For now, yeah, boring. It's crazy. Like, I mean, we are kind of ranging since, yeah, basically New York opening. Like, there was no movement at all. As you can see here, let's go actually on the 1 minute. The maximum movement we have seen in the opening was, yeah, I mean, actually it was almost 1%, so it was okay. But of course, we needed to have some sort of break, structural break here, which we do have now. But now, I mean, that is definitely not the nicest. Oh man. Let's go pump it up. Let's go pump it up. Usually I don't even want to do these things so long. But we're still trading over the M1 OB and the PUC, so not that bad. And that's true, yeah. And that's true. But the PUC, like which PUC are you talking about? Because the overall PUC is actually right now where we get rejected. Oh, you mean this one here? Here. Okay, you mean this 1 minute upward trend here, yeah. And we get rejected here from the POC, or get support actually. But if we are actually breaking under the POC and breaking this low here, then I would first like think about taking a sell and also cut my losses here. Uh, 2 years, a little bit longer than 2 years. How long did it take you to become profitable? Moritz ask. I also have different styles of trading, so this is like not my main one, but I just wanted to give you guys also some stuff that is just like I can commit to like around 1 hour every day. Can scalp the market and not wait for setups for so long, because of course I also trade swings and intradays in crypto, right? which I then hold a little bit longer with bigger moves. But yeah, I just mix it, you know. So I actually need to walk the dog soon. So yeah, as I said, like I would cut my losses short, of course, when I go into a short. That makes sense, right? Doesn't make sense to have a long open when I go short. So there I would cut my losses and then switch sides. Then I will take the side of the bears if we are breaking the structural low here that are marked in red, not the point of control, but this one here. Like I would switch to sells. Take a loss from the buy, even though I took some partials, but that will definitely be a loss. But for now, still in the long position here. What a boring market, guys. Sorry. Usually we have more action. I cannot say it. I don't even know why I say sorry, because it's not my fault, but apparently here, like it's kind of an indecision who has the bigger balls, the bulls or the bears. We don't we don't really have a clear decision here. Technically, on the higher time frame, as I said, like I mentioned it before, we of course can break to the downside for sure. But we do have this like big fair value gap over us. So I'm really interested in taking longs, you know, in general. Like from down here, there was long opportunities. We have now the first profit target here. You know, the first short-term profit target here at 87,741 up to 87,970. And of course, the fair value gap, like this big imbalance here in red. If you switch on the 1 hour, you can see like big volume. And also a lot of liquidation cluster here, right? We have a lot of liquidation cluster still over us. We are not far away from, let's say, for example, these. There will be liquidated like 100, 200, 300 million dollars of sell, like people that are right now in shorts. Like you can see it right now, 0.75%, 1%. So we're not far away. You know, we're like one big push or like one small push away from actually going to these levels. Obviously, the price action is, like we can agree on that, not really good right now, but it's also not really bad. You know, it's not really bad to the downside. So I'm still gonna stay here a little bit, just because I think potentially we have to take a decision here soon, what we do with this position. Right now, I mean, as I said, like this sideway movement is obviously not something in our plan that we wanna have. Currently slightly in drawdown, approaching now break even again. We have jumped over break even, got rejected. So let's see. But these kind of movements sometimes is also, I also see it positive, because that means that the market is in need of power, right? But that can also mean that we need power to the downside, right? We cannot 100% say it for sure, but usually sideways trends, they have a breakout then after long, like we can say it's a consolidation phase on a lower time frame right now. I mean, take a look on the 1 minute chart in Bitcoin, you know, like it's kind of like ranging in one zone since we try to break out. But if we, you know, we say we're actually ranging here, try to break out here, try to break out here, but kind of in this zone here since, yeah, like basically 15 o'clock. So over 1.5 hours already, kind of in the same zone. So yeah, I'm gonna stay for about like 10 minutes. Then I actually need to leave, guys. Ask me any question you want. I know not. I think a few people already left the call. So let me know if you have any questions. Doesn't matter. Crypto in general, trading, risk management. If you have any questions to me personally, let me know. As I said, I would love to build like a community around crypto and trading for free. So like I'm not going to charge you anything for the live streams. I'm not going to charge you anything for the education that I'm going to post, like the market updates that I'm going to post on Telegram. Um, you know, so I'm gonna do very soon some videos as well that explains how I personally trade futures, how, for example, BingX works that I'm working with personally. So a lot of things are planned. Um, so yeah, hopefully we get in December a little bit more and better volume. Yesterday was very, very nice. So we catch the sell. One trade, one very, very nice profit there. Now we get some new volume. We had a break of structure right now. What's your favorite food? That that is the question. That's actually, I think this question is so hard to answer because there's like so much good stuff. There's so much good food, to be honest. Don't have any trading question currently. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. Very, very boring session, man. Very boring session. But guys, I tell you one thing, right? Which order block do we want to go for? Do we want to go for the imbalance? Like this one here is you, and that one here, these big liquidations, is the guy your girlfriend is saying you don't need to worry about. Which one we take? Which one we take to beat up? Which one we want to beat up? Do we want to beat up you? Or do we want to beat up the guy that your girlfriend is saying you don't need to be worried about? I want to freaking punch this guy. I want to freaking punch this guy. Boom. You know, we want to have this. Me personally, I want to punch the guy. No, obviously, like that is just a joke, right? Like YouTube thinks I'm gonna I'm gonna say you need to punch people. That's definitely not what I wanted to say. But yeah. How's actually my it's so dark here already in Germany. It's crazy. Let me actually see. Let's go. We need to punch these guys here. Up. The levels up. We want to punch the levels over us. So we're approaching break even, guys. If that trade, guys, I have to cut that out, right? If that trade is hit, um, if that trade is gonna give us great profit, I'm actually giving you guys $50 in USDT. I'm gonna give somebody $50 in USDT to trade. So let's see, $50 by the end of the week. Whoever sends me their trades after, I'm gonna decide who I want to give some USDT to trade with. If this trade is gonna win. If this trade is gonna give us a good win, I'm gonna give out 50 USDT for now. Let's go. Let's go. Florian is directly like, I'm still in the trade. I want to have the 50 USDT. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Do we see a final push? Man, that's boring. That's boring. I need to go. Market. I need to go. Give us something. Give us something. We need some energy here in the chat and me myself. That is like freaking boring. I see it. I see it winning. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on. I'm going to do 10 more minutes. My mom already asked me if we can walk the dogs 10 minutes. I'm going to text her. So, praise to my mom. She's waiting for me. So now imagine this trade is going to lose. Let's go pump it up. Let's go pump it up. Oh my goodness. This price action, guys. This price action is horrible. Really horrible. Like this basically looks like, do you know, like when you go to McDonald's, right? When you go to McDonald's and you get your cheeseburger like very dry, like do you know like how the feeling is when you like go to McDonald's or like to a burger place? I'm not going to McDonald's by the way anymore, to be honest. But you guys know that, right? If like the cheese of your burger is cold and hard. You know that? Give me something in the chat. Do you know the feeling? That is kind of the price action here. Want to see the chart exploding like the volcano emoji? Volcano. Yeah. Apparently it wants to go down and explode to the downside here. What it's doing. Grabbing some liquidity. Last time, like years ago, having McDonald's, you mean? But you guys know, right? Like, let's see. McDonald's bad burger. Like if you get something like this, for example, like this, you know, or whatever. Like if I get something like this, this is the price action, guys. This is the price action here. Like, let's do this here. Can we do this? Save image. Couldn't paste image. Okay, well. Can we not paste images here? You don't like the fast food, and since I worked 3 weeks at Burger King, I never ate there again. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Price action is really, really bad, guys. I have like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and then I'm going. As I said, like if we are breaking this like structural low, I'm personally going out of the trade and taking the small loss for the day. I'm gonna be fine with that. I rather take like small losses here instead of like putting my putting too much at risk here. But yeah, I'm still in the trade, but hard loss. Wait, we're on the wrong chart, I think. Didn't I mark it out here? Yeah. Huh? Yeah, here. We're breaking down here. I don't know why that is gone. Didn't I put it there before? Anyways. If you're breaking down here, I personally would cut losses short. Everything else, I will just gonna run. I will just gonna let that run. See if we get some profits. But unfortunately, this session was not the best. So yeah, let's come back stronger tomorrow, and maybe we see some stronger moves. But for today, really not that great movement so far. I mean, if we have to say something positive right now, on the 1 minute we have a structural change to the upside, but that is obviously not really, that doesn't really mean a lot. We need to break this high here, and obviously then break this high here, get some liquidity here. But yeah, guys, I would really love to have like a better session, but for now, not that good. But still, patient pays, right? Patient maybe pays, and we get this movement. But this is a really, really weird movement for a New York opening, not gonna lie. Our best trade was not to trade, yeah. I mean, let's see. Right? But you are definitely right. Sometimes, like, taking less trades at least, you know, it was definitely valid to take this long, in my opinion. It was definitely a valid one. We grabbed the liquidity at 87,574. So if you got lucky, of course, you had some profits. I'm pretty sure not everybody closed completely there. Gonna be you know, I'm not going to say, hey, everybody made profits, right? It's just one move to the upside. But congratulations for the people that closed completely. But now I'm still in a trade. As I said, if we're breaking the structural low here, I would consider going out of the trade. We have the point of control. We are reacting right now, just for you guys to understand also my point of view. Like from this upward trend, we have the point of control. Point of control is usually where the buyer and sellers are agreeing to a price, which is a big support level. If it's like under us, as you guys can see, we came up here, reacted from here, found support, moved, and we came down here one more time at this candle, also found support. Of course, not strong support that we like got the final push. But if we are actually going under here, like under the point of control, and also break this low, I just would personally go out of this trade and take a loss for the day, right? Volume tomorrow will be better for sure. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. But today, I think nobody really made good money at New York opening at this price levels here. Anyways, okay, guys. Let me actually see. 10 minutes, I think, are over, so I definitely need to go now. Yeah, in 3 minutes. So, as I said, for the people that are still live, like the red line, usually I don't like to give clear stop losses, but that would be at least my personal way of doing it. Cutting losses short here, I would still stay in the trade. If we are actually going over this high, I would take profits here, put my stop loss on break even and let it run. If we come down to the break even, then I'm out of the trade with profits. If obviously we're coming above, I would take profits in the zones that I said here, liquidations levels between 88,000 to 88,200 and then 88,502 up to 88,665 would be next levels here to take profits. As I said, we still haven't lost anything here, but we also haven't really won anything in this trade. This New York opening was definitely not good today. Very low volume, not what we really want to have for scalping, but I think that is also a big thing to learn. So once again, we're going to see each other tomorrow. Thanks for your time, bro. Of course, 100%. Sorry for the people that didn't really get much trades. Usually it gets more exciting, but sometimes it is what it is. As Isa said, sometimes it's better to stay out of trades. So yeah, I'm still in the trades. You know, let's see. Maybe we can celebrate after because we got a nice push. But now I definitely need to walk my dogs because they need to pee. So see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. CET. I'm gonna look forward to that. If you have any questions to BingX, whatever, feel free to send me a message on Telegram and talk to you very soon and hope for a better day tomorrow. With that being said, take care, bye bye, and let's hope for the trade to get us a win. Close to break even right now. See ya, guys. Bye.